Right, welcome back to my Let's Play of One Piece Pirate Warriors, and we're about to enter the boss of the Drum Kingdom, Wapol. And this is probably, for me at least personally, the hardest boss fight and the hardest point of the game so far, as the rest of the bosses have been challenging, but it's just the third stage of Wapol I found really difficult. It's not like the hardest boss there. Obviously there's harder ones afterward, but at this point I just find him a lot harder than everyone else has been at this point. I'm sure other people might find him not as bad. Like the first two stages, he has like three stages obviously, as I said, and the third's the hardest. The first two aren't really as bad. And we have some more stuff about little Chopper.
姿となったためにトナカイの群れからは追われ、人里に降りれば化け物と銃を向けられた。そんな彼を唯一恐れず平等に接してくれる人間がいた。ドクターヒルルク。人々からヤブ医者と呼ばれ、傷ついたチョッパーを助けたヒルルクはチョッパーを息子と呼んで共に暮らし始めた。
I guess in some ways these summary things are good for quickly summarizing certain points than like dragging it on with lots and lots of cutscenes. But sometimes I wish it did do, even if it's just like the manga, a comic-y cutscenes instead, rather than just random talking through. But I guess it's better than nothing. It's better than not acknowledging it whatsoever.
は海賊団の襲撃を受けると叶わぬと見た国王ワポルは民を見捨てて真っ先に逃亡。一方、自分の無力を悟ったチョッパーは深い悲しみを抱えながらもドクターヒルルクの意志を継ぐことを決意。医者として最高の腕を持つドクタークレハに弟子入りし、
何が悪いのかわからない。何を恨めばいいのかもわからない。ただ仲間が欲しかっただけなのに化け物と呼ばれる。もうトナカイでもない、人間でもない。あいつはね、そうやってたった一人で生きてきたんだ。お前たちにあいつの心を癒せるかい？
待てこら！そこにいたか、トナカイ！待てよ、あいつさっき喋ってなかったか？
そういやあいつ二本足で立ってたような。
化け物だ！なんだありゃ、二本足で歩いてトナカイでモコモコで
チビででかくなって化け物で。いいや
つだ。面白い。サンジ、あいつ仲間にしよう。ほら待って、化け物、俺たちの仲間になれ。
あれ、この匂いはワポル。大変だよドクトリーヌ。ワポルが帰ってきた。
そうかい。
なんだあのドクロの旗は。ドラム王国の国旗はどうした？
この城はね、ヒルルクの墓にしたんだ。お前らのような腐ったガキどもの来るところじゃないよ。
だなドクタークレハ。
出て行きなこの国から。もうドラム王国は滅んだんだよ。
墓？あのバカ医者の墓だと？まあ笑わせるな。
あいつ。
And we're on to the first stage, where it's just a bunch of enemies and Wapol. He'll normally burrow underground and appear at some point, so I guess it is quite good just to keep dodging, just make sure it doesn't attack you when he comes at the ground, but he's not very hard to damage. As forgettable and as not that interesting as Wapol is, I absolutely love his laugh. A lot of characters in One Piece have their own specific laughs, but I think his is one of my favourites, as well as Whitebeard's, which you'll see later on. But I don't know why, it's just the way it sounds, I just absolutely love it. But again, it's not very difficult here. It's a bit annoying when it goes underground because you don't have him to hit, but it lets you get your special up if you want, as I could have probably used it by now and then got it again, but again, he's not particularly that tough. At this point anyway, it's the easiest stage to go for. It probably goes ranks in difficulty, which is fair enough really, as the first stage is the easiest, second is kinda medium, and the third is the hardest. For reasons I'll get into when we get there. This part probably doesn't have too many actiony parts in terms of like there's not that much actually fighting the boss, probably most of it is cutscene stuff, but it is good, it does emphasise a lot on that and it makes it not as short as it could be.
聞くけど、あいつ伸びたぞ。
ああ、伸びるな。ゴム人間だ。
なんだそれ。
化け物さ。
ドラム王国憲法第一条、王様の思い通りにならんやつは死ね。これがこの国のすべてだ。この城は俺の城だ。よりによってあんなヘボ医者の旗なんぞ掲げるんじゃねえよ。城が腐っちまうぜ。
何してんだ、ドクターのドクロマークに。
おい、邪魔口。
麦わら。
お前はこの旗の意味を知らねえんだ。
そんな海賊どものアホな飾りに意味なんざあるか。何度でも折ってやるぞ、そんなカバ旗など。
よけろ、危ない。
お前なんかに折れるもんか。ドクロのマークは信念の象徴なんだぞ。
吹き飛べカバめ。
ほらな、折れねえ。これが一体どこの誰の海賊機かは知らねえけどな。これは命を誓う旗だから、冗談で立ってるわけじゃねえんだぞ。お前なんかがヘラヘラ笑ってへし折っていい旗じゃないんだぞ。
これが海賊。すげえ。
おい、トナカイ。俺は今からこいつらぶっ飛ばすけど、お前はどうする？
ドクターはこの国を救いたかったんだ。だから俺はお前たちを城へは入れない。あのドクターの信念は絶対に下ろさせないぞ。ランブル。
I just absolutely love Luffy doing that, like protecting the flag and whatnot. I hate I don't hate them as characters, but I just hate like their belief things, like Wapol thinking like, oh, he's like, he deserves his kingdom when he's like the crappiest ruler ever. Again, the reason this part's probably kind of a bit difficult than the first part is because you're playing as Chopper, and in default, he's stuck in this normal mode here, and square attacks themselves will just let him attack in his smaller form. He'll go into the attack form or whatever it's called, I can't remember the forms, and when you press triangle, and like different combinations of triangle and square will make him do different attacks. He also saw me do the lock-on, which I think is his brain point, being his R2, which will weaken enemies when you hit them, and he has the rumble when he turns into the big ball, which is his R1, which helps deflect a lot of attacks, which you'll see soon enough. To get Wapol down, we actually need to defeat all the enemies, otherwise he just stays up there, so it's a bit annoying. His circle, which you'll see soon enough, is his, I honestly can't remember the names of the points, but you'll see it now. I don't like his circle that much because it's really hard to actually hit, like actually make sure you hit the enemy properly with it. compared to other players' circles. His second circle is, if you're familiar with One Piece, you can probably guess what it'll be, and you actually get to control it, so that I really quite like. But yeah, Wapol's runaway here. Here we have to use the defense point here just to reflect all the bombs back. It's similar to Luffy's when it goes into his balloon, but it lasts a lot longer. It doesn't last permanently, but it does last longer, so it makes it a lot easier to use compared to Luffy's. So that's something quite like. I don't use it that often because you don't really verse that many cannonball type of enemies anyway. I think is this it? Yeah, this is it. Oh no, he needs one more hit annoyingly, and it's like, you didn't even see the amount of HP he needs to get taken down by, and it's like, I just need that one hit.
ボイ者の代わりに国を救おうってのか。この国の誰からも嫌われてる化け物に何ができる。うぜえ、仲間なんていなくたって俺は戦えるんだ。ドクターの旗がある限り俺は仲間ならいるさ。俺が仲間だ。
I love how serious Luffy gets when it involves his friends and everything. Like, this is the third stage, and actually, oh, we level up as well. And I actually lose this fight on my first go. I did lose about 2 or 3 times when I originally played it, like, not recording kind of thing. But the basic thing here is that when you pick these things up and then throw them towards him, which he will eat and it will power him up. But once he ate a certain amount of them, he actually gets too overpowered and he becomes unconscious, making it easier to hit him. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword to throw them at him and let him actually power up, because he's going to be doing a lot more damage. I've sped out because this is the part I actually lose it, so it's a bit easier just to skip through it quickly and then like show you at least what game over is like, and just like 2 hits from this, no, it's 3 hits actually from that attack, it kills me instantly, which isn't particularly very nice at all. That's the main reason why it's a bit harder. So yeah, you just get a game over like that. It's nothing super exciting, and you could, at any point you could just skip these. I think even if you've already not even seen them, you could skip them. So I don't see any point of just doing that. I'll try to see if I can skip there, because you just obviously press start like most games and you skip it. So I hate games that make it, even if it's your first try, you have to watch it. But yeah, I'm a bit more cautious this time. One of the problems, I don't know if you noticed because I was sped through it, is that I kept going for the attack. The best thing to do is just really to throw them at them, because they actually do a tiny amount of damage as well. The main problem is the aiming, because you need to be, to make it easier, you need to be locked onto him. But if you're locked onto him, you need to get a certain position behind the items you want to throw to grab them, and have difficulty because you have to press R2 square, then you press R2 again and square to throw it again. So that makes it a bit of a nuisance to do at times. I tried going for a bit more offensive here, seeing how much damage he's doing. It's not particularly nice, but if I could at least knock him around a bit and at least get my circle off, because it's hard sometimes to get the circle off without when they're not actually in their special. So that's a bit awkward. Our awkward thing at times is when you're locked, well, I'm not locked into the enemy just now, but it's to actually get these chests when you're locked into the enemy, because you can't exactly see exactly where they are. But I may as well just use the circle again, get that extra bit of damage off it. I can maybe build more of it up, especially up when I throw stuff at him maybe, I'm not sure, I'm not being paying full attention. But it's easy enough to throw stuff at him once you're locked onto him, because it aims automatically, but it's harder if you aren't already locked onto him and whatnot. Main thing is just really getting everything. See, I think he eventually spits it all out again as well after a set period of time. So you need to feed him the stuff quickly, as well as avoiding all the attacks he's going for. Which it does make it a bit of annoyance. Avoiding a lot is recommended as well. It's not that clear either exactly if you should. Obviously it tells you to make sure that you know you have to throw the stuff at him, but it's like, why am I throwing the stuff at him? He's getting stronger, he's getting bigger. That is not a good thing. The hit, you have to be a certain distance towards the stuff as well. So yeah, he kind of collapses. All the stuff came back in that, but is that easier? I don't know. Actually, I don't think he collapsed there at all. I think he just he hit the limit, so he just spit everything out automatically. but we're close to actually beating them, with obviously the HP, but it's just the fact of actually doing it and getting close enough distance to everything, because obviously you have to be aware of them attacking you as well. I kind of, on my second go here, I kind of got a better idea compared to the first of how to go get the items. Obviously it's kind of a bit obvious, probably more obvious when you're watching than playing, or maybe you figured it out when you were playing. There we go, he's a bit knocked out there now, making it easier to hit him and then do a good amount of damage quite quickly.
何の覚悟もねえやつがこのドクロに手出すな。ゴムゴムの
I was quite surprised I got an A for kills. Damage received and time elapsed are fair enough, but the kills, kind of surprised about that, unless the game over affected it.
トナカイ、おいお前一緒に海賊やろう。
無理だよ。
無理じゃねえさ、楽しいのに。
俺はお前たちに感謝してるんだ。
チョッパー。
だって俺はトナカイだ。角だってひづめだってあるし、青っ鼻だし、そりゃ海賊にはなりたいけどさ、俺は人間の仲間でもないんだぞ。化け物だし。俺なんかお前らの仲間にはなれねえよ。だからお礼を言いに来たんだ。誘ってくれてありがとう。俺はここに残るけど、いつかまたさ、気が向いたらここへ。うるせえ、行こう。うおー、聞いてよドクトリーヌ、俺海賊になるんだ。
なんだって？
海に出るんだよ。繊維としてあいつらの仲間になって世界を旅するんだ。
バカ言うんじゃないよ。海賊なんてろくなもんじゃない。あっという間に屍になるのがオチさね。
それでもいいんだ。
生意気言うんじゃないよ。たかだかトナカイが海へ出るなんて話聞いたことないね。
そうだよ、トナカイだ。でも男だ。
お前みたいな泣き虫が男だって？勝手な真似は許さないよ。お前なんかが海へ出て一体何ができるって言うんだい？あのヤブ医者のように幻想に生きるのかい？
違う、幻想じゃないよ。ドクターの研究は完成してたんだ。みんなソリに乗って山を降りるぞ。
待ちだ。
何？
用意はいいかい？若造ども、うちな。
おお
すっげえ。
ああ、
きれい。
さあ言っといで、バカ息子。
Again, we didn't get too many coins, only got one new one being Wapol. There are a few ones we can obviously get. We can obviously get the flag, that'll be protected, as well as the old doctor woman, I can't remember the name of despite just seeing it, as well as just sort of leveling up. So it's nice to finally finish Chopper's little story thing. I do really like it, it's really nicely done, and I just really love Chopper as well. Just partly because he's innocent as well, it's just lovely. I just got a new coin thing, but I'm not going to bother with that just now. Not sure what I'll do it, we'll probably figure out for next part what I want to do, if I want defense, attack, stamina, or whatever. So I only could really get one, but getting some extra would be quite nice. And next we're actually going on to the Alabasta Kingdom. I'm not sure, I can't remember how this is split up, if it's just all in one part or not, or if it's like the last one we have to fight Crocodile on a separate boss episode. I don't remember, but it's a Museo episode which I quite enjoy, so it means we won't be flying around as Luffy as much and randomly, so quite like that, and they're my favourite kind of episodes as well as bosses again. I like it all kind of, actions are just a bit annoying at times. Anyway, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you then.